Emergency talks will be held this morning to prevent massive disruptions to Sydney's rail network. Joining me live is Sydney Trains Chief Executive Matt Longland. Matt, the clock is ticking. Good morning to you. Where do we stand this morning and what's the chance that we can get this resolved today?
Good morning, Kenny, and thanks for having me. It's a really challenging situation at the moment. I'm at the Rail Operations Centre. The rail network is operating as normal this morning. The team are doing a terrific job to navigate what is a pretty challenging period. Discussions are underway with unions. We're planning a normal rail timetable on Friday and again on Saturday. If this industrial action isn't lifted, it won't be possible to operate that timetable. So that is a difficult situation. I know the inconvenience that's being caused to families and to people across Sydney. The reality is we move 1 million people a day and we need our team doing their work each day to keep the rail network operating. We're hopeful that the discussions today will lead to a breakthrough, but we're asking everyone to plan ahead, avoid any unnecessary travel on Friday and Saturday. The roads will be very busy. We'll see other public transport modes particularly busy if this industrial action goes ahead tomorrow.
Yeah, easier said than done. If this doesn't get resolved, will the metro still run?
The metro will be operating increased frequency on Friday through until about 1 a.m. So metro services will be operating all day Friday through until after midnight.
What about Saturday?
There is a planned...
What about Saturday?
There is planned engineering work in place on Saturday and Sunday on the Sydney Metro network, only between Chatswood and Sydenham, and that's about connecting the network up into the southwest. So that work at this stage is proceeding. That's not something, obviously, I'm across, given I look after Sydney Trains. Light rail will be operating increased frequency across Saturday, particularly the events that are planned at Moore Park, the soccer events on Saturday evening.
This demand to run trains for 24 hours every weekend, the Transport Minister says we can't do that because that's when crucial maintenance work can be done or should be done. Is that correct?
Look, we have looked at everything possible to run 24-hour services. We've offered part of our network we talked about to the union earlier this week, so we could deliver a 24-hour service from Strathfield through the city and up to Hornsby, and we are planning that. If this goes ahead, we could operate that tonight and through the weekend. Unfortunately, we can't operate 24-hour services across the entire rail network. We've got essential maintenance in place and we've got a very complex network. You can't just flick a switch and turn services on. The worst possible risk is that we'll have a problem during the night. We'll be leaving people in the middle of nowhere in the middle of the night, and that's not a risk we can take.
So you can't do the maintenance at another time?
The maintenance is planned for this weekend. We've got essential works happening in the west and the southwest of Sydney and also at Central Station.
It just seems like Sydney Trains and New South Wales Government are inflexible. The union's inflexible as well. Commuters suffer.
I do appreciate the concern and the frustration about this ongoing industrial action. We're working really hard with unions, and there's 5 unions involved. It's not just the rail, tram and bus union. Discussions were held again yesterday and will be in further discussions today. We're hoping to avoid this industrial action.
And I think everyone else is as well. Matt Longland, appreciate your time this morning. Thank you so much.